Okay, looks like everyone's ready. Let's move on. Okay, now, first thing first, let's define what lean is. L-E-A-N, L-E-A-N, lean. Now, what do you understand about lean? Most of you will think lean, when talk about our body, we're talking about our body lean without a lot of fats, all right? So lean. So when you go to the to buy some meat, some pork or beef, now when you ask for lean meat, you're asking for meat with less fat or fatty meats, right? It's called lean. So the definition of lean here is the application of a set of principles. All right, there's a principle here to identify and eliminate waste. You see the word waste here in red? So you want to identify and throw away the waste that appears in your operation, okay? And also to deliver to your customer what they want when they want it. So there are three main components here about the definition of lean. That is, you do not want waste to happen to appear in your production or your operations, and you will send or deliver the goods that your customers have ordered, only reaching them whenever they want. So for example, if they want it on Wednesday, 12 p.m., then you only send your goods and deliver to their doorstep at that time, not earlier, not later. Okay, so combining the three keywords, waste, what, and when, you see the definition of lean. All right, so in short, lean is equivalent to waste reduction. All right, you want to reduce the amount of waste that appear in your operation. Now, for the layman, people who have not come across the lean concept, you would think waste as something physical, something that you can see, example, from your waste or rubbish bin, all right? Or perhaps the waste that is generated from your operations, like the wastewater, all right? Yeah, you are partially right, but the waste is a lot more than the things I mentioned just now, all right? So I'm going to share with you later on the 8 different types of waste, different categories of waste that you can find in your operation. All right? Okay, so now, somebody mentioned just now the word non-value added. All right? Or who actually mentioned it just now? Could you just show your hand? And I can't remember who actually said non-value added. Someone mentioned just now, which is good. Now, I'm going to spend a bit of time here on talking about this particular thing here, right? Okay. Now, anything that does not add value is called a waste. All right? Anything or any activity that does not add value is called a waste. All right? And when this activity absorbs resources, that means they need this to do this activity, you need the manpower, you need time, or you need raw material, or you need equipment, you need measurement devices. If this activity needs one of these things, but does not add value, then it's called a waste. All right? So, on the reverse, if this activity adds value, then it is not a waste. Then it is called value-added activity. Okay? All right. Now, let's go in deeper into the principles of lean. All right? There are 5 lean principles here that that you need to understand, all right? So I want you to remember this, the concept of the 5 lean principles. Now, the first principle is called define value. All right. And what this says, what it means is you will need to decide and identify what activities in your operations give value. All right. Because there's bound to be some activities in your operation that do not give value at all. All right. So that's principle number one, right? Define value. So we're going to hop in later in more detail about this, yeah. But let's go on the surface on what this 5 lean principle is. Now, principle number 2 is map value stream. All right. So once you have decided what activities give value to your organization, then you want to map that stream of activities or a process flow to understand and to find out if there's any activities in this value stream which does not give you value or which does not add value. Now, there could be some activities that you are currently doing for many years maybe, but not realizing that these actually do not give value to you. All right. And the third principle is called create flow. Now, flow, you can imagine the flow of water, right? If you actually go to the outskirts, you go to the nature, you look at the waterfall, you can see the water flowing from the high spot all the way down to the lower place, right? So there's a flow. Similarly, in the river or the stream, you can see the flow of water, all right? So some flow is smooth, some are not, all right? So principle number 3 says you want to create a smooth flow of your processes in your operation from the start until the end of your operations, right? You want to make sure that the flow is smooth. There is no hiccup. There's no obstacle stopping the flow of your activity. All right. So number 3 is called creating flow. And the 4th is the concept called pull. All right. So what is the opposite of pull? Now let's type in the chat room. What is the opposite of pull? Pull is as you pulling, right? What's the opposite? Push. Very good. The opposite of pull is push. Now, conventionally, companies will do a push system in their operation. But in a company which embraces lean, you actually don't push, you pull. Now, later I'm going to explain to you in detail what you mean by push and pull. Okay. And the 5th and the last principle for lean is called pursue perfection. All right. The word perfection means you want to make it perfect. You want to make your product perfect. Whatever you make for your customers, electronic product, PCBA, whatever it is, right? You want to make sure that they are flawless. They are without defects. All right. They are meeting all the requirements set by your customers. That is pursuing perfection. So they are altogether 5. All right. 5 lean principles that we're going to apply throughout this 2-day plus 2-day training. All right. Okay. So just do some calibration here. Just want to find out how well you understand what I've talked about until now. If you think you are absorbing what I'm sharing with you, can you type number 10? If you think you're absorbing, you're okay with the way I speak, the way I present, type a number 10. If you think you're okay. If you think you still have difficulty understanding me, type a 1. If you think you have difficulty understanding me and following the pace of the training, type number 1. Okay, great. So I see all 10. Thank you. So I'm going to use this pace for training. Yeah, I'm going to keep staying on the way I've been talking for the past 1 or 30 minutes. with the same method, right? Okay, great. Let's move on. Thank you. Thank you. I see all 10 here. All right. All right. Great, great, great. All right. Thank you for the response, guys.